What truly happens after you die, and what if the first 49 days are not merely a passage of time, but a gateway into a mysterious universe awaiting your soul's arrival? This journey does not take place in the mortal realm, but stretches across dimensions, where each soul must confront fateful choices, pass through cosmic gateways, and connect to a vast network of existence beyond all human understanding. 1. Spirituality and the transition after death. Death, with all its mystery and severity, is not merely an end but a pivotal turning point, opening a new journey that no one can fully see, feel, or understand. The question of what happens after we die has always been a great enigma that humanity continues to seek answers to. In many spiritual traditions, death is not seen as an ending but as a transition, another cycle in the existence of the soul. Every culture holds distinct beliefs, but at their core, they all acknowledge that death is inseparable from this transition. In this journey, the first 49 days after death hold particularly significant importance. It is believed to be the period during which the soul undergoes trials, pain, and internal struggles that determine its fate in an unseen world. The transition after death, a journey beyond time. Death, though inevitable, brings forth countless questions. Does the soul truly exist after the body ceases to function? Is death a complete ending or merely a transformation? In the beliefs of many spiritual cultures, death is not an end but a transition from one state of existence to another. Although interpretations vary, the common belief is that the soul does not disappear. Instead, it continues its journey on a new path. In Eastern cultures, particularly in Buddhism, death is not regarded as the cessation of existence but as a transition. The concepts of reincarnation and liberation are central to many Eastern spiritual ideologies. According to these beliefs, when a person dies, their soul must undergo a transition cycle, and the 49-day period is considered the most crucial stage of that journey. During these 49 days, the soul may face trials and emotional turmoil in the invisible world before its fate, either rebirth or liberation from the cycle of samsara, is determined. Prayers for the deceased and ritual offerings. In Buddhist tradition, rituals of prayer and offerings conducted during the first 49 days after death aim to assist the soul in overcoming challenges during the transitional process. Throughout this period, the soul may encounter various images, sounds, and sensations that could cause confusion, fear, or anxiety. Therefore, rituals such as prayers, offerings, and scripture chanting are not merely acts of remembrance but also serve as spiritual support to guide the soul toward peace and serenity. Prayers for the deceased can be seen as heartfelt wishes and blessings sent to the departed soul. Family members, friends, or devoted believers will pray and perform rituals to aid the soul in overcoming obstacles in its spiritual journey. Acts such as chanting sutras, making offerings, lighting incense, and conducting prayer ceremonies help the soul maintain a connection with the living world and find the path toward rebirth or ultimate liberation. Buddhism places particular emphasis on the soul's tranquility during this phase. Each ritual, each prayer, carries profound meaning, aiming not only to bring peace to the departed soul but also to offer comfort and solace to those left behind. Performing these rites during the 49 days reflects the belief that the soul needs time to adjust and adapt to its new existence while resolving unfinished matters from its previous life before entering a new incarnation. The soul and spiritual trials. From a spiritual perspective, the transition after death is not an easy process. Especially during the first 49 days, the soul faces numerous trials and rigorous, spiritual tests. This period is seen as a time when the soul must address unresolved issues from its lifetime before proceeding to a new existence or achieving liberation from the cycle of rebirth. Many spiritual beliefs suggest that during these 49 days, the soul must confront various tests or trials. These could be unresolved emotions or actions from their past life, such as regret, fear, or lingering guilt over unfinished matters. The soul must confront these feelings, and if it overcomes them, it may continue its journey into a new life or achieve ultimate liberation. An essential aspect of this spiritual process is the soul's confrontation with its own actions during its lifetime. These actions are believed to be measured to determine whether the soul is worthy of progressing to a new existence. In many religions, virtuous deeds are seen as the key to passing these tests, whereas wrongful actions might result in punishments or more challenging circumstances in the next life. Facing oneself, the theory of spiritual trials. In many spiritual traditions, the soul not only faces external trials but must also confront itself. These are challenges of the mind, emotions, and psyche, as the soul comes to terms with its mistakes, regrets, and unresolved actions. These trials are not merely sufferings but opportunities for the soul to learn, mature, and attain peace. It is a process of self-healing, allowing the soul to clearly recognize its true nature, enabling it to choose the correct path toward rebirth or ultimate liberation. Surely, during this period, the soul will experience dialogues with itself, internal interrogations, and self-assessments of its past deeds. If the soul can acknowledge its mistakes and is willing to change, it may overcome these trials and attain a positive outcome in its next journey. Otherwise, it may remain trapped in the cycle of reincarnation, continuously facing other challenges until it becomes capable of self-liberation. Conclusion. From a spiritual perspective, death is not an end but a profound transition. The first 49 days after death are a crucial phase during which the soul faces spiritual challenges, tests, and must resolve unfinished matters from its previous life. Through this process, the soul may attain liberation or continue its journey through the cycle of rebirth. During this significant period, prayer rituals, offerings, and scripture chanting play an important role in helping the soul overcome its trials and serve as a means for loved ones and friends to express their devotion and hope for the departed soul's peace and serenity. 2. The supernatural and the influence of external forces. Death, with all its mystery and harshness, is not merely the end of a human being but the opening of a door to another world, where phenomena that science cannot explain become an undeniable part of reality. Supernatural occurrences surrounding death, from the appearance of spirits to strange signs, are not merely stories passed down by word of mouth but are real events capable of evoking amazement, fear, and profound reflection. During the first 49 days after death, countless inexplicable events can occur: ghostly apparitions, mysterious phenomena beyond scientific explanation, and messages believed to be from the other side. All these can be seen as signs of intervention from supernatural forces, forces that we cannot see, yet whose presence we can feel. The supernatural and the afterlife, the intersection between two worlds. In most cultures and religions, death is not regarded as a definitive end but rather a transition to another world. This world, often called the afterlife, is where the soul continues its journey, faces challenges, or may even become trapped if unfinished duties remain. Throughout this transitional period, supernatural forces, including the spirits of the deceased, angels, deities, and even dark forces, may participate in the soul's journey, triggering bizarre and unexplainable phenomena. Although science may not be able to prove these events, they serve as vivid evidence within the beliefs of many regarding the existence of an invisible world. A particularly noteworthy element is the appearance of spirits during the 49 days following death. Many believe that during this period, the soul has not completely severed its ties with the mortal world and may return to visit loved ones or cause strange occurrences. These phenomena can include mysterious noises in the house, sudden gusts of wind, or even ghostly apparitions, all explained as supernatural interventions. These experiences strengthen the belief that the soul does not simply depart, but rather undergoes an internal struggle to leave the material world behind. The soul and supernatural forces. According to many cultural beliefs, the soul cannot ascend immediately after death but must undergo a complex transitional process. During this journey, the soul may be aided, or obstructed, by supernatural entities. These forces can include other spirits, deities, or invisible beings who can only be perceived or communicated with by those possessing special abilities. Such entities may help the soul overcome challenges in the afterlife, or alternatively, prevent it from moving forward, forcing it to return to the material world to fulfill unfinished tasks. During the 49 days, the soul might receive assistance from these supernatural forces in the form of signs, strange lights, vivid dreams, or even manifestations of deceased loved ones. Although inexplicable by scientific standards, these occurrences may signify interventions from invisible forces, aiding the soul in completing its journey. However, the intervention of supernatural forces is not always benevolent. Many accounts tell of souls hindered by dark entities or spirits burdened by unfinished duties during life. These malevolent forces can cause souls to become lost, unable to find their path, or even force them back to the material world, haunted by regret and suffering. Such supernatural events can be seen as evidence of a battle between good and evil forces within the invisible world, directly affecting the destiny of the soul. The emergence of supernatural phenomena. Following a person's death, the appearance of supernatural phenomena within the first 49 days can take many forms. These occurrences are not just strange and scientifically inexplicable events but also signals of the presence of the afterlife. One of the most common manifestations is the appearance of spirits as ghosts. These ghosts might materialize in homes where the deceased once lived or appear in the dreams of their loved ones. Beyond ghostly apparitions, other phenomena can occur, such as strange sounds, flickering lights, or other inexplicable supernatural occurrences. While such events may instill fear or anxiety among the living, they can also bring comfort if interpreted as signs that the soul has found a path or has a message to convey. Another form of supernatural occurrence involves peculiar signs that loved ones of the deceased might notice. These signs can include objects moving inexplicably, shadowy figures appearing in a room, or dreams carrying significant messages. Believers in the afterlife may interpret these as attempts by the spirit to communicate, to show that they are still present, or to signal the completion of an important stage in their journey. Supernatural forces. Deities, angels, and other spirits. Supernatural forces do not solely consist of the souls of the deceased but also include deities, angels, and other invisible beings. These forces can play crucial roles in the soul's transition after death. Deities and angels in many cultural traditions are believed to assist souls in overcoming challenges in the afterlife or protect them from evil entities. Meanwhile, other spirits may either assist or obstruct the soul's transition depending on the relationship between the spirit and the deceased. In some cultures, deities or angels may help purify the soul and lead it toward liberation, while other spirits might cause hindrance or pose challenges that must be overcome before the soul can progress. Strange occurrences during the first 49 days can thus be seen as signs of interactions between these forces, as the soul seeks assistance or strives to overcome obstacles to continue its journey. Conclusion. The intervention of supernatural forces during the 49 days after death is not merely a matter of religious belief or mystical tradition but an inseparable part of the soul's transitional journey. Though science cannot explain such supernatural phenomena, they stand as powerful signs of the presence of an invisible world, one we cannot see but can feel. These events not only represent the intersection between the material and invisible worlds but also serve as proof of the existence of supernatural forces and unseen beings that can either help or hinder the soul in its journey. Thus, death is not simply an ending but a complex, mysterious process in which the influence of supernatural forces plays a profoundly important role. 3. Cosmic connection and the link between worlds. Death is not merely an end but the opening of a mysterious door leading to countless unexplored possibilities. In a vast universe, where every action and decision may form part of a grand cosmic network, death could simply be a transition to a new phase in the soul's eternal journey. From theories about multiple dimensions to ancient spiritual beliefs, the connection between death and the universe remains not just a mystery but also one of the profound and challenging tales that every soul must experience. During the first 49 days after death, it is believed that the soul integrates into a larger universe, an invisible realm where each soul has a role and a unique path. Could it be said that death acts as a supernatural key, unlocking a connection where souls interact with other worlds and dimensions yet to be fully understood? The universe and spatial connection. In modern cosmology, we know that the universe is a unified entity, where every planet, star, and particle is interconnected. Concepts of space, time, and dimensions form an immense network we are only beginning to comprehend. But could it be that this network does not consist solely of physical elements, but also includes invisible factors, where souls can connect and communicate with each other? Some spiritual theories propose that death is not the end of an individual, but a merging into a broader cosmic network, where the soul is no longer bound by physical form and can traverse between dimensions and parallel worlds. This idea may explain why, during the first 49 days, the soul not only faces spiritual challenges but also undergoes a transformation process, blending into a part of the greater universe. Perhaps the soul must pass through cosmic gates, points where dimensions intersect, to determine its next journey, reincarnation into a new form of life or entering another state of existence within the universe. The connection between souls and planets. One fascinating idea found in various spiritual traditions is the link between souls and planets. According to certain spiritual schools, every soul carries within it a connection to planets and cosmic forces. These planets are not merely lifeless celestial bodies but may symbolize principles or stages within the soul's cycle of life and rebirth. During the 49 days after death, a soul might undergo a process of encounter or contact with these planets as part of its integration into the cosmos. In traditions such as Buddhism, Hinduism, and others, the universe is not seen as a single entity but as a network of planets and parallel worlds, where souls can travel and reincarnate. Planets may represent different levels of spiritual development and enlightenment. For example, a soul might be connected to a planet of wisdom, a planet of love, or even a planet of liberation, with each planet offering unique lessons and challenges for the soul's journey. This connection is not just a mystical imagination but could also be tied to scientific elements, such as theories about energy fields across the universe, through which each soul must travel. These gates open new paths for souls, leading them to different worlds where they may find rest or continue their journey. Dimensions and the transition process after death. In modern cosmological theory, the concept of dimensions is central to understanding the universe. Scientists have proposed that the universe may not only exist within 3 spatial dimensions but could involve many more dimensions yet to be discovered. Additionally, the multiverse theory suggests the existence of countless parallel universes, each governed by its own rules and forms of life. With these theories in mind, it is conceivable that the post-death transition of a soul involves moving between various dimensions. During the first 49 days, the soul may not merely confront an invisible world but could traverse through dimensions to find its next existence. Each dimension could represent a spiritual level or a different state of being where the soul continues its journey. We might imagine that movement between these dimensions is a natural and unavoidable process for the soul after death. Souls may have to face trials and encounter different forms of existence before finding their official path toward reincarnation or liberation. Throughout the 49 days, the soul encounters these dimensions, feels the connection with the vast universe, and determines its next course. Cosmic gates and the final decision. One of the intriguing concepts in spirituality is the existence of cosmic gates. These gates are not just intersections between worlds but also serve as crossroads where the soul must make its final choice. To continue existing in another form within the universe or to return and continue the cycle of life and rebirth. These cosmic gates may possess unique characteristics, such as mystical lights, echoing sounds, or supernatural visions that only the soul can perceive. The supernatural phenomena experienced during the first 49 days could be signs that a soul is approaching these gates. Each soul must confront the ultimate question of its existence and journey within the cosmos. Conclusion. Death, though often seen as the end of a lifetime, instead opens a doorway for the soul to connect with a vast and mysterious universe. Throughout the first 49 days, the soul not only faces spiritual challenges but also participates in a process of integrating with various dimensions and parallel worlds. Could it be said that death is merely a transition to a cosmic gateway where the soul chooses its path within the eternal cycle of rebirth and liberation? Each soul, in its journey, will form unique connections with the universe, and the cosmic gates will be the crucial turning points that determine their continuation within the invisible world. The universe still holds countless hidden mysteries, and death may merely be the first chapter of a journey beyond the limits of human perception. What are your thoughts on the 49 days following our departure from this world? Is it a waiting period for a new beginning, or a decisive phase that shapes the soul's destiny across the universe? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's expand our perspectives and explore the untold mysteries together. If you find this topic fascinating and thought-provoking, don't forget to subscribe to Forbidden Knowledge and turn on notifications so you won't miss any upcoming spiritual and cosmic journeys. See you in the next videos, where the truths hidden behind the invisible veil are waiting to be revealed.